Hello again, this is Steve, my business partner Austin, and today we are going to talk about content marketing and whoops, there goes my screen, and how I got a lot of stuff going on. There we go. And why bookkeepers have an advantage that are introverted. So you're thinking to yourself, I'm not that good dealing with people. I'm great at the books. How can I possibly do this? Well, you do have some advantages. Introverted people actually have advantage at marketing that the rest of the people do not. And we'll talk about that and get an idea of what would work for an introverted person as opposed to what might not. So you probably hate, if you're introverted, going to different events such as BNI, Chamber of Commerce, those kind of things, doing a little small talk, exchanging business cards. That's probably not your idea of a fun time. I'm guessing you do not like to go on Facebook Live and start, rambling on about your business. That's probably not you. But you are very comfortable behind a spreadsheet. You're very comfortable with your calculator in hand, and you're doing those little things that you're very good at, which is, of course, the books. But introversion is not a weakness. It's a different kind of advantage that we're going to take advantage of at this point today. So, what do introverts win at when it comes to content marketing? Very frankly, you think before you speak. You wait, you process things, and then you speak. You don't just ramble on and say the wrong thing. You're accurate, just like a great bookkeeper would be. You listen, which is one of the most important things when it comes to getting business is listening. Find out what your client needs, listen to their pain point, and then respond to that. You're great at that. You prefer depth over just surface level talking. You don't enjoy the little common chit chat. How you doing? Great. How's the weather? It's nice. That's not you. You go deeper than that. You're comfortable working alone, and that's important when it comes to this business because oftentimes you will be working alone, and you're analytical, which is perfect for a bookkeeper and also perfect for this type of marketing. So what exactly are we talking about with this introverted marketing? And it's blog posts. You can do those great. Google business profile posts, you're great at when you do them, and I see oftentimes you don't do them, but when you do, they're very good. LinkedIn articles, you're great at. And you don't need cameras, you don't need mics, you don't need live anything for that. Anybody can do it, and you're very good at doing it. I've seen it. And a great thing about content writing is you write it once, and your stuff's out there for months, sometimes years, sometimes way longer than years. It can go on and on and on and on for 5, 10 years, 20 years, depending on the piece of content. So that's a great advantage that others don't have. So where do you start? And we've already talked about this, but we know, since you deal with your clients and you know that their problems, their pain points, start with those. You know their questions, answer those. And that's what makes a great blog post. Email newsletters is another one you guys are tremendous at. Introverts do the best job at these types of things. Uh, so what you're doing, even though you're not meeting with somebody, you're writing as if you are. You're doing a one-on-one with somebody. Your business owner has already told you your pain point. You're writing as if you're talking to him, and it's going to relate to all the people in the business because most of them had the exact same problem. And you can write it alone. You can do it in your own time. Whatever time fits you, that's when you do it. And it builds trust with a small targeted audience. You don't need to have even 500 people on your email, not at all. If you've got 25 or 50 and they're targeted, that's perfect. That will get you a lot of customers in time. You're dealing right with them. You don't have to worry about algorithms, performance anxiety, nothing. You just write your content and send it along. I'm going to turn it over to Austin now. He's going to, well, probably finish. I might jump in.
Yeah, so you're talking about Google business profile posts. Those have extremely high value for SEO, local SEO. No one's like watching you, judging you post some like hey, look at this loser. Check how to spell business. No one's doing that. LinkedIn text posts, just thoughtful, long form posts. They perform pretty well, and they're good with connecting with small business owners. And just one good one a week's enough to build momentum. Um, you can do a short form video, which it's optional, but it's not that hard. Just film in your office, keep it brief, like under 60 seconds. You can read from a script if that helps, and you don't even have to be entertaining, just helpful. And one take is fine. We usually do this in one take.
You can
Um,
probably tell that.
yeah. Um, what introverts should avoid? Live video. At least you can do it eventually, but it's not something that's like necessary off the tip off. Like trying to like be flashy or viral. It just you don't really need to do all that for business stuff. Like forcing yourself on the platforms that are like not necessary to business, like TikTok, it can help, especially with the younger crowd, but it's not mandatory. Or like networking events disguised as content, like Facebook Lives, group calls, podcasts. You don't really have to do that at the start, at least, but not even ever really if you don't want to. Just try to fit all your content in. You can even schedule ahead on some of those, definitely. Just you want to take it away?
All right, so Austin gave you some really good tips there, but um, what we're mostly trying to get across is whatever you feel comfortable with, that's what you do. If even if you are an introvert, if you feel like you're fine doing Facebook or doing YouTube videos because you're doing it by yourself in a room, nobody's there, then go ahead. That's great, you know. But just whatever you feel comfortable with, and you don't have to extend outside of it. You might be surprised to hear that, but I'm not like a TikTok guy. I, uh, I don't do any TikTok. I don't sing. I don't dance. I don't do anything on there, and that makes sense. You know, I'm not really at the age that TikTok is that great. But if you are in your early 20s or maybe you're 18, 19, that stuff works great for that group. So hit what works for you. But what I mostly wanted to get across is introverts are actually very good marketers if they do it right. And don't try to force yourself to do something that you're not great at because it will show. So do what you're good at. Focus on that. Get your blog post in, get those LinkedIn posts in, get the Google Business Profile post in, and you're good to go. That's all I got for today. You got anything else, Austin?
No.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.